bit about science fiction today. That's our big question. Well, what is science fiction? Well, it's a type of fiction, okay? There's lots of other kinds too, but today we're talking about science fiction. Let's think about fiction as this giant blue oval, okay? And inside this blue oval of fiction, there's lots of different kinds of fiction, okay? Lots of different kinds. But today we're going to be talking about science fiction, okay? Well, what are some things I would find in a science fiction story? It could be a story, it could be a movie, it could be a play, it could be a TV show. What are some things you'd see in science fiction? Well, let's tackle some of the big ones, okay? Probably spaceships. You would see maybe aliens. You would see maybe future technology, things that we haven't discovered yet or made yet. You might see time machines. You might see teleport, which is a fancy word that means I'm in one place and then zap, I reappear someplace else far away. Robots. Okay. Just some of the things you might see in science fiction. So not all of them, but the main ones. Now, but how can you determine if what you're reading is science fiction? In other words, can you determine if this text is science fiction? Can I determine is just a nice fancy word. Again, we determine something, we're making sure that it is science fiction. So determine means make sure. One of those big words we use. Okay. All right, so and if you say yes, well, how do you know? In other words, what in the text tells me that it's science fiction? So the best way to illustrate that for you is for me to walk you through a passage that I just happened to write this morning, okay? I have it with me. Here we go. Okay. So all I could do was watch the rain run down the window. I saw a flash of lightning. I would be stuck inside for today. I sat at the kitchen table, twirling my spoon in my bowl of Awesome Crunch cereal. There was nothing to do inside. All I could do was wish the sun would come out. Well, so far I don't see anything in there that tells me it's science fiction. That can be any kid sitting at a kitchen table eating cereal. Dialogue. What the character's saying. Chico, if you're bored, you could read a book, my mom suggested. Ooh, the old read a book trick. What, reading? On summer vacation? That's not the American way, I declared. Could I play with my time machine? Okay, let's stop right there for a second. Now, is this story so far science fiction? 3, 2, 1. Okay. If you said yes, it's science fiction, you are wrong. It is not science fiction yet. Okay? We don't know if this time machine is just a toy he might have in his room. It could be made out of Legos or something. He pretends with it. We don't know. Okay? We don't know if it's real. Okay? We don't know if it's real or not, that time machine. Alrighty? Off we go. You know the rule. No playing with time machines in the house. Ooh, the old rules in the house trick. My mom went into the living room. I sat there sulking at my soggy cereal. It was an unfair rule. This was my summer vacation after all, right? Did I not deserve to do what I wanted? I worked hard all year. I deserved to have some fun. It wasn't my fault there was a storm outside. Then I had a great idea. Oh, man. Whenever kids have a great idea, it usually means trouble. Now, is this science fiction yet? Well, no. There's nothing in it yet that tells it's science fiction. Once again, the time machine that we mentioned up here, okay, is it real? We just don't know. Could just be a toy. Okay. Okay, so my mom, okay, we covered that. Next one. As my mom vacuumed the living room rug, I walked up to my room. She never said I was not allowed to look at the time machine. I opened my closet door and smiled as I held my time machine. It was a handheld device. It had a small screen and a digital keyboard, so I could type in the year I wanted to travel to. Okay, is it science fiction yet? Because we are talking about time travel here and a time machine. Okay, well, here's the problem. Okay, again, we still don't know if the time machine is real. He's simply describing it, and that could be a toy. It could be a little thing that you just, play with. Okay, is it real? We don't know yet. A real time machine? Type this in, machine. There's gotta be a faster way to write this in. Okay, real time machine? Question. Don't know. Okay, so next one. I still remember the day my dad bought it home for me. It was my birthday. My dad said he bought it off a guy in a trench coat. The stranger was selling them out of his car trunk in a back alley. It was the best $20 my dad ever spent. Kids, that's a flashback. Okay, kids, this is a flashback right here. Now, that doesn't have anything to do with figuring out if this is science fiction or not. I thought I'd just point that out to you because I don't want you to get confused, because this flashback that happened right here, this right here, okay, this happened before the thunderstorm and before all of this, okay? Now, let's go back into our story. As I held my time machine, I thought about the rule. No time machines in the house. But this was my room. Shouldn't I have the right to do what I want in my own room? I glanced down at the warning label on the time machine. Warning. Do not bring back people from the past. They put too many warnings on stuff these days. I swear, grown-ups and lawyers do not want kids having fun. Okay. Is it science fiction? Well, once again, this could just be a very, very cool-looking toy, okay? We don't know. Is it real? Is it a toy? It'd be a really cool toy. After all, it only costs $20. Okay, so, now, next one. I turned on the time machine. I was really in the mood to make a fire. Who better to ask how to make a fire than a caveman? I entered the year 10,000 BC and hit the send button. There was a flash of light. A few seconds later, I was standing on the spot my room used to be. My house was no longer there, but guess who was? It was a real caveman. Boom! Isn't that cool? All right, so now, is this story a science fiction story? Yes or no? 3, 2, 1. Well, if you said yes, you are correct. Okay, it is a science fiction story because he actually went back in time. Yes. Okay, it's not a toy. The time machine works. Okay, it worked. So this kid went back in time. Okay, so yes, this is science fiction. Okay, yes. Now, how do I know that? Okay, I know that because it had a working time machine. Okay, therefore, it's science fiction. And of course, as the story goes forward, we'll find out more of his adventures and his misadventures, and we can probably imagine how this probably won't turn out very well because, well, after all, we did see a warning label on the time machine saying, what? Do not bring back people from the past. Alrighty? So, kids, that is a science fiction passage. It had science technology that we don't have yet, and it actually worked. There you go. All right? Thanks for coming by. See ya. Mucho macho! Hey!